here I would really like if you can wear a consultant's hat instead of a pure restaurateur's hat for a minute. You know, I've always felt looking at the South Indian restaurant models that they are natural. They have a natural ability to become QSRs, you know, their turnaround time, the way they serve their customer, the way they sort of service you, the way they make you sit and get you out of it, feeding you great food is super. And it's naturally so. Nobody taught South Indian market how to do quick service restaurants process based. And yet I don't find quick service restaurants coming out of South India. Now, where do you think the gap is? It's so amazing that I find people in the front of the kitchen, back of the kitchen, so beautifully aligned to each other in terms of servicing the customer as fast as they do. It should be a natural market for QSRs.
I think it's a fear. It's a fear and not being adventurous. I went to a place, a city called Ocho Rios, I think I'm pronouncing it properly, in Jamaica. And my friend took me to a Jamaican restaurant and he said he will give you even South Indian food here. Idli, dosa, vada, everything, onion uttapam. And I went into the kitchen and I saw all Jamaicans and others working. There was not one Indian or a South Indian working. So I spoke to this guy, where did you learn? And he was making excellent South Indian food. You won't even know that you're in Jamaica. So he learned in Sarvana Bhavan in New York. And he opened the South Indian come Jamaican restaurant because there are a lot of Indians who live in Ocho Rios and they love South Indian. I think that's my personal belief. South Indian, restaurateurs here, they don't want to go abroad or go to some part of the world because they have a fear. Where will I get a South Indian cook? Where will I get a South Indian chef? According to me, everything is trainable. Everything is trainable. When a Jamaican can do it, if you go to Sarvana Bhavan in New York, there's a side road, you enter from the back door, it's open. Whom will you see inside? Not many South Indians. You will see African Americans making dosas and idli. And there's one guy who even talks Tamil. He learned it there. Thanks to Mahadevan, he learned it there. And they are making, nobody knows that a African American is making the idli and that idli tastes wonderful, that dosa tastes wonderful. I think it's a fear. They don't go out because they're scared. Aadmi kahan milenge? Aadmi bahut hain, train karo.
South Indian, I think the scalability as we speak, I think the Tamil Nadu state has a lot of options. Actually, they should try more than any other South Indian state. They have Chettinad, they have a couple of other, which I feel can go places. So in fact, our next venture is going to be a Tamil Nadu cafe in Bombay, which is like a bar, a small 2,500 square foot place which will serve Tamil Nadu food and like a Tamilian food rather, with alcohol at a great price again because that's our strength. So we are trying this there. Let's see how it goes.
South Indian food, if you touch any market, unfortunately when you go beyond the south, I grew up in a city called Mumbai, spent a lot of time in Delhi. South Indian food, once it crosses a certain latitude, is the staple Indian breakfast. Yeah, so that's the association, but the depth that South Indian food has, and I'll speak for one of our brands, Ente Kerala, which is freestanding for years, and a lot of the brands that I've been experienced as I've come down south, their cuisines are very rich because there's a lot of spices that are grown down south. There's a lot of skill that is required to convert that. So the scalability of these businesses come when these businesses are built around fine dine. Otherwise, when they're built around QSR, they're looked from the eye of a breakfast tiffin restaurant. So you will get idli, dosa and other products, and you will get some curries through the day and a mix of all Indian food between lunch and dinner. So the differentiating factor in any market is that there's no entry barrier for anyone to do a restaurant like that. So a brand going out in these markets, I again agree with Vipin, there's this fear factor. How do we succeed in those markets? So South Indian brands will start moving up as much into other markets, but they will become destination restaurants to an extent, like a Parsi restaurant in Delhi will be a destination. A South Indian restaurant in Delhi or Calcutta will be a destination. And South Indian food mix as part of an all Indian fare will be very acceptable across the country.